When systems go down, when tickets pile up, and your best tech walks out the door, what does all that really cost you? At CBT Nuggets, we help IT teams stay sharp, confident, and certified with online training that's built for the real world. From cybersecurity to cloud, our expert-led courses help your team close skill gaps before they turn into business risks. Invest in your team. Go to cbtnuggets.com/solutions and unlock training that makes your team sharper and your systems stronger.
Take me out to left field. Give me a shot of Fireball. Give me some high fives from Mark Pena and a hug from Jeff Cross as we stand on top of the tables. Hearing the horns, that's a blast. For it's 1, 2, 3 shots from the cannon with the ladies of left field.
Hey y'all, it's game time with the ladies of left field. I am here with Kasey and Katie, as always.
Hey y'all.
Hello.
And we have, it's a good week for me as a Stars fan. It's not a great week for us as Texas baseball fans, but you know what? We'll get through it. And speaking of the Stars, I'll kick it off, as this will be no surprise to anyone that listens to this podcast. My Hot Girl headline is that the Stars are up 3-1 on the Winnipeg Jets. They played a great game on Tuesday night, and they will hopefully be locking in a win of the series on Thursday night. They will either play the Vegas Golden Knights or the Edmonton Oilers, but Edmonton's up 3-1 as well, so I'm feeling like it'll probably be Edmonton. But we shall see. Everyone check in on Thursday night. Hopefully we'll know by the time this drops.
Well, I want to chime in because we watched that game last night, and first of all, it looks like it's so fun to be able to beat one of those games that the crowd is like going crazy. But I mean, that even though like that Mikal, is it Mikal? I don't know how to say his first name, but Granlund had the hat trick, and so he was, obviously getting all the glory. But Jake Ottinger was like he was the MVP. I mean.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Save after save after save after save after save. I mean, so it was just, that was a fun game to watch.
And I love that it was chippy, like from the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
I was just immediately, it was spicy and I loved it.
Yeah, because was it Ben? I was like going, why are you like, stupid?
Why are we fighting?
Yeah, he's just like, just skates right in there and clocks somebody, and I'm like, well, okay, that's gonna give them a power play for sure. All right,
that might be a problem.
Yeah,
but
okay.
But then like, I just love seeing hockey fighting, so I'm like, yeah, do it again.
Well, and I love that. I also loved seeing the clips of Tyler Booker at the game on the Cowboys,
and
then the whole
was there.
Yeah, and yes, and then last night, like a whole slew of the offensive linemen for the Cowboys were up like in a box, and Cooper Beebe like took off his shirt and was like slinging it a la Denny. It was like a Denny Morgan action in the suite. They were showing it, and all the rest of it, like a whole crew of the offensive line were back there. So I like seeing, athletes from in a city supporting the other teams when they're in their off season.
And I'm sure other cities do this, but I do feel like the Dallas area teams do a very good job of like supporting the other pro teams in their area, whether it's NHL, NFL, NBA, WNBA.
Right.
I do think that the Dallas area teams do a good job of that.
I agree. So fun. Well, speaking of Dallas teams, I'll jump in with some fun information for our Cowboys. They released a couple of games that are fun. We hate the Eagles, but we are playing them on Thursday night to start the season. So that'll be hopefully good. So, nothing like kicking off the NFL with the Cowboys-Eagles game. And then we also know that on Thanksgiving, we're playing the Chiefs, another tough game. But we'll see. Did y'all also hear that Troy Aikman, was this real information that Troy Aikman said the Cowboys were going to win the Super Bowl this year?
What?
I saw that on some social media. I saw someone share that. Yeah. Yes.
I saw that on social media, and I was like, I don't know if this is fake news or real news, but I found it entertaining. So,
especially since Troy doesn't. He doesn't. He's
like typically, he typically is not like rooting for the Cowboys or like outwardly,
Michael Irvin.
He's not a homer. He's
Like
not
Michael Irvin.
realistic.
Michael Irvin is constantly like, yay, rah, rah, let's go Cowboys. But the rest of them are all pretty,
Yeah.
what's the right mind? Open-minded or level.
Not a homer. That's a good way to say it. So that was fun. So we'll see what Troy's talking about. Maybe he knows rest more than the rest of us.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we're playing a Christmas Day game against the Washington Commanders. And those of us who've been around a while, no longer the Redskins. We kind of liked for a minute they were the Washington football team. It just kind of made sense. It was kind of classic, but now they're the Commanders. So there you go. So go Cowboys. We're excited. Let's get the NFL back and going. And nothing like a good, Cowboys, and nothing like a good just Sunday chill on the couch day of watching football. It's the best. So.
Y'all, I'm so bad too. I am very much like a off season. I'm not a believer.
Yeah.
Until game one. Like they get me in the fall camp or like the preseason games, and then I'm a believer until game one, and then I'm totally out. But like,
what happens, Jordan?
I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
In the offseason, you're a realist, and then you get sucked into like thinking, okay, the Cowboys maybe can do it, and then reality sinks in the air and let you watch them.
I'm always a believer until, and then when it happens, I'm like, oh, here he did it to me again. But I mean, I'm going to cheer for him constantly. It's like, it's just in my DNA almost, just like the whole, burnt orange blood. That's it. Well, and then continuing on our Dallas Pro teams, we'll just keep going. It's been going. The Dallas Mavericks, miracles of all miracles, got the number one lottery pick. Their percentage point was like so low of their chances of getting it, and lo and behold, they get it. So it's like, that's awesome for them. I'm so glad. But of course, then there's still that twinge of, seriously, we could have had most likely Cooper Flagg, who I'm sure that's who they're saying that we'll draft and not trade for other people. But we would have had Luka Doncic and him. And then when Kyrie ever gets back, it's like, it's kind of like it's a gut punch still. A little bit to me.
It hurts my feelings.
Yeah. And then the Spurs got the number 2 pick. So they're really getting themselves set up for, I feel like, another one of those runs with, they had Tim Duncan for so long, and they had David Robinson before that, when they were like just such a stable team. And if that Wemby guy is able to be healthy from whatever the blood clot stuff is going on, then, they could be definitely a dominant force. NBA playoffs are still going on. The Pacers knocked out the Cavaliers last night, which I think was kind of a shock because the Cavs were the number 1 seed in the East, and the Pacers won 4-1. So they took that series quickly. And then the Knicks are up 3-1 over the Celtics, and unless there's a miracle for the Celtics, it looks like the Knicks are going to win. It's real sad. Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. That was very sad to watch all that happen. And then Thunder and Nuggets are 3-2. That's the closest series, really. And then the Timberwolves and Warriors. Timberwolves are up 3-1 on them. So by next week, I would think that we will have the all the conference finals matchups all ready to go. So there we have it.
Love it. Let's take it around the horns now. Kasey, you wanna kick it off with some rowing news, because I know you love to talk about how much the SEC is not ready for Texas.
This is very true. Rowing won the SEC championship, so that was our 10th rowing conference title in a row, but that was also our 7th SEC championship as a new member in the SEC. So there you go. Take that, people. And but we also have another conference championship with beach volleyball with their crown. So, but rowing will they went in, won the SEC as expected, but still to go to win another championship is a little notch under our belt. And then their NCAA championships are in a few weeks. They have a few weeks off to prepare for the NCAA championships. But kudos to the rowing team, who just continues to dominate and just do all the great things that they do year after year. Yeah.
It's so great.
So great. I'll take.
I was just
go ahead, Jordan.
No, I was trying to count up how many sports there are in the SEC versus how many titles Texas has won. So I'll chime back in just a moment. I'm going to do some math.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, I'll take men's tennis. We're advancing to the Sweet 16. So fun. Our next match will be on Friday evening, excuse me. So we'll update you on that, but you can tune in and watch or check it out. And so they'll play UCLA Friday night at 7 p.m. in Waco. If you want to go to the best gas station stop in Texas, you can stop in Waco. Go to Waco.
Go to George's. Have a big O.
We think George's. I wish there was a George's in Austin. Casey
I know.
and I were like, we open a franchise of George's in Austin? Because I think it would break.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with George's Bar. I will give Waco kudos on having that establishment in their city.
It's fun.
Full disclosure, I used to always see the sign when I was driving between DFW and Austin, and I thought it was called O George's because they have the O. Until like my first season hanging out with y'all, the left field crew, and we went to George's and when Texas was playing Baylor, and I was like, oh, it's not O George's. Oops.
George's, home of the Big O.
Yeah, home of the Big O, and that's their beer, and it's like a Big O beer. And so that's what they're known for. But their menu is extensive, y'all. When Casey and I and me and Mark and Barn went, we were like, holy moly, does they have a lot of food here? So
yeah,
fun.
They did. And they have like fancy ranch waters. Barn got that ranch water with the tequila bottle, or not the Topo Chico bottle sticking out, like almost like a margarita. He was all like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like one of those mini beer-aritas where they put the mini Corona bottle in. This time it was full of tequila and they stuck like just a mini bottle of Topo up top.
Yeah.
Like, geez.
Yeah.
They're playing around here.
It made it all festive looking.
Yeah.
Jordan, you
all right.
On golf?
Who's going to take us to golf?
I'll take men's golf because I had been kind of keeping up. Slight tangent. I've had this golf stat app for like years because that's where they always kept scores. Or they had been keeping scores pretty much until this year. And so I was like checking the app, getting really mad because they didn't have the men's regionals on here. And I was like, what? How have we lost? We're not keeping scores on. What's going on? Well, no, I'm just an idiot. It's a website now. But the men, that's actually in progress as we speak. And the men are currently in third place. The top 5 teams will advance, and they are 11 strokes ahead of the next closest team. So they're pretty much locked in. They're pretty, as I feel confident that they will advance. But it's BYU, Virginia, and Texas are the top 3 in there right now. At this time of recording, they are like halfway through round 2. It's happening in Reno, Nevada, so the hours, the time, again, going back to my issue with the Eastern time thing, so jacked up in my little noggin between what's online and what I'm looking at. But Luke Potter is 5 under right now in second place individually. And Case, I know you and I were talking, the only reason Virginia's even in it is because they have a player that's 10 under for the tournament. So way to go, Paul Chang, for carrying your team.
Yeah, carrying the team. Their team is 12 under and he's 10 under. So he's literally doing all of the heavy lifting for sure.
So that should wrap up. If probably what will happen is they'll finish round 2 today, get through part of round 3 on Wednesday. And
this is round 3.
Oh, wait, no. Are they in round 3 now? They just start round 3 then? Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, because they had to split round 2, right? Between day 2. Okay.
Yeah, they've had like brutal winds and cold. I was laughing yesterday that I saw a picture of Luke Potter with like a beanie on his head, and I was like, look at that. He's got a beanie on his head, and we are dealing with 105 degrees.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing that, y'all. The heat's finally hitting.
Yeah, for like 3 or 4 days. We've got some kind of weird heat dome thing.
105 degrees today.
Yeah.
That's why
I don't envy y'all for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy out there.
Yeah.
I just got to Boston today and I had to pack a jacket because I think we're going to be like in the 40s. And I was in New York this weekend. It was pretty cool. I got to produce the the number 1 seed Cornell men's lacrosse game. And CJ Kirst, who will probably win the Tuarton, he went, which is like the men's and women's lacrosse Heisman. And he was the number 1 pick in the Premier Lacrosse League draft. So that was cool to watch. He went off, scored 6 goals. He was great. But now I'm in Boston to do Boston College versus Yale women's lacrosse. And it's lovely right now. I'm sure it's going to get cold. But in New York, it was down in like low 40s. And I was like, whoa, I'm not used to this. It's been a little while since I've been cold.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, staying on our golf trend, our women's golf, the championships, they'll begin this Friday. And Texas heads out to Carlsbad, California. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are stroke play. And then after that, the top 15 teams will have one more day of stroke play. And then you get down to the top 8 teams, and you'll have a day of quarterfinals and semifinals. And then the finals will be next Wednesday, which is May the 21st. And the final 3 days, the Golf Channel is going to have live coverage, which I think is awesome for the women's championships, hoping that we can get all the way into that. But that Sunday is, to me, like if you get into match play, not Sunday, Monday is the hardest because you play quarterfinals in the morning and then you turn around and play semifinals in the afternoon. So you're playing, depending on, how your match goes, you could play 32 holes of golf in one day.
Wow. Wow.
So that's a lot, but that's how it's done. So good luck to our Lady Horns.
It's awesome. Both men's and women's golf, killing it. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move on to softball. Love it. Our softball team is a number 6 seed. We're hosting a regional in Austin, and teams in our regional are Michigan, University of Central Florida, and Eastern Illinois. So we open up against Eastern Illinois Friday afternoon at 3:30. So jump on and check that out. Hopefully we win. We come out of this. And then we'll advance to the Supers, where we will match up against the winner of Clemson. Clemson's currently a number 11 seed in the regional. So go Lady Longhorns. We love them. And it'll be super fun to watch them. So
yes, if we win, we should be the host of the regional since we're a higher seed.
Yeah.
No matter who would win out of the Clemson regional.
Yeah. So we should host again. And hopefully, so that'd be great.
Yeah.
If you've never been to a softball game in Austin, it's super fun. I totally recommend it. Inside the stadium, there's a big outfield contingency as well, where you can pretty much just kind of walk up and hang out. So if you're into it or your kids are, go check it out. It's fun. Also cool, we can talk about Kat Osterman, one of our Lady Longhorn softball best pitchers of all time. She's amazing. She has a lot of commentary as well. Now. And so, yeah, she's always super fun and a huge supporter of the Longhorns in general. But yeah, she is being, and I'll let Jordan take this too, but she is being enshrined into the College Sports Communicators Academic All-American Hall of Fame. So she's super great. She was a 3-time USA Player of the Year, a 4-time National Fast Pitch Coaches Association All-American. I mean, hell, she won a 2-time ESPY award for the best female college athlete. She went to the College World Series 3 times. So she's amazing. And she also would show up at the men's College World Series just to cheer on the Horns baseball team, and would always come out and happen to stop by the tailgate to hang out with us for a little bit. So Kat's amazing. And fun fact, she was only the 3rd Texas female to have her jersey retired. So that's pretty amazing. She is phenomenal. I don't know, y'all. I'm sure everybody loves Kat.
It's a big honor.
And I was just I was lucky enough to work with Kat for Longhorn Network softball broadcast for a couple of years, and she loves softball, and she's so willing to give back to not even just the Texas softball players, because of course she is always there for them, answer their questions, help with it, but she coaches so many young softball players. She's just awesome. I love her so much, and she's a big reader too, so she's cool all around person. So any good things that come her way, I love that for her.
We should totally, Jordan, should totally invite Kat to join us.
I will. I was thinking of that as you were saying that. I was like, she would do it too. She loves sports, and she loves all sports too. Like, she watches pretty much everything. So
yeah, that'd be so fun.
Kat, love you, Kat.
Love it.
For sure. Definitely. Well, then should we lead on into baseball?
Well, I was going to say before we get into baseball, because I know I started the thought.
Yes, finish it.
Beginning of Around the Horns, I did the Googling. The SEC competes in 22 men's and women's sports, and Texas has teams that compete in 20 of those because we don't have an equestrian or gymnastics team. Texas has won 7 of the 17 that have concluded play so far, which still track and field and baseball have not crowned a champion, obviously, regular season or tournament. But 7 out of 17, like,
to one school
in your first year, to one school.
Is domination, y'all.
I tried to look up, and I don't know if it was for sure accurate, but I think Florida possibly about 3 or 4 years ago, or it may even been a little bit longer, won 11. But of course, I think they probably have a few more sports.
I'm pretty sure they have gymnastics at least, for
but
sure.
Still, that there's just the fact that 7 in the first year when people acted like we weren't going to even be able to stand up, and we were just going to get blown over and everything.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And just before we move on to baseball, we have to ever make sure everybody knows that the Longhorn football team and the rivalry against the Aggies is back. We are back to the Friday after Thanksgiving, 6:30 p.m. playing against the Aggies. So if you know anything about Texas football, and then you know how crazy huge this rivalry has been and how traditional and historic this Thanksgiving game is. So yeah, that's fun and exciting. I mean, I personally changed my whole Thanksgiving tradition when I started coming to UT, and we created steak and wine night on Wednesday of Thanksgiving, just so we could come home on Thursday in prep for the Thanksgiving game against Texas and Texas A&M. So if you need to arrange your Thanksgiving schedule, I highly recommend a Wednesday steak and wine night. Nothing like it, y'all. You're going to be like, why have we been eating dry turkey this whole time?
when my family all moved up to East Texas a few years ago, it was pretty much just, I'm kind of like, well, Thanksgiving's just going to always probably be here in Austin with Barnes family at Chuck's house. We do it on Thursday because I'm like, I gotta go to that game.
Yeah.
So even like last year, it was like, I've still got to be here and watch it like with my people.
Yeah, exactly. We did. But it's super fun. I don't like going to College Station, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, friends, let's move it on to baseball. You guys start us off. It was a tough, Saturday, I'll just say this. Saturday was fun.
Saturday was real fun.
Almost a little too much fun.
Right.
Because we had this big rain delay. And then, if you don't, I don't know, maybe if you're like us during a rain delay and you hang out and tailgate even longer, and then you hang under the tent, and then you start playing more music, and you play the game past the phone where everybody gets to take turns picking their own music. And then, next thing you know, you got some type of dice game breaking out, which involves drinking in dice. It seemed a little crazy, but they were way into it, and we're a competitive group. And so next thing you know, folks are hopping up on tables, just like living their best life. But then we came back after the rain delay and won, thank God. So we had a grand old time on Saturday. Great time. But somebody else, y'all jump in there and talk about what else happened.
Well, just Friday and Sunday, we fell back into lots of pitching struggles and batting struggles. Just not able to hit the ball. I feel like, it's like, I know Sunday's pitcher for Florida, he was really good, but it's still, I don't know. I just feel like there are a little bit too many strikeouts occurring right now. Like a little more, making contact with the ball, that kind of thing. And pitching's just struggling. But like Katie, as we've discussed, is that Friday where Ruger had a really rough outing. But we heard that, he'd been battling the flu, and he may not have had the strength to be out there yet and be even mentally, not only be mentally prepared, but physically prepared. So, just kind of have some of that happening. But highlights from Saturday, in terms of like the positives that went on, is Dylan Belantis getting his 11th save. I mean, he was great. All of the pitching after that delay, Thomas Burns came in and was fantastic. And then Dylan Belantis came in, got his 11th save, and that set an SEC record. He was the most saves by a freshman that they've ever had in the SEC. So yet another little mark there. Yeah. And Rylan, with his home run, he leads the team with 14, and that's the most by a Longhorn catcher since 1992. And the 92-93 teams were really good. That's where like Brooks Kieschnick, Calvin Murray, Jeff Conway, that whole crew. So Chris Abbey was the catcher then. So that was kind of a cool little thing that I found. And then Jalen Flores he's moved up to number 5 on Texas all-time home run leader list with his home run on Saturday. And his was a huge shot. Yeah. And then Jonah Williams continued to shine that day with his bases loaded double that knocked in all the winning runs. And his just enthusiasm is so fun to watch. So yeah, those were the super positives coming out of the weekend in my mind.
Yeah, I would agree. It was fun to see Rylan. Mark tried to give the boys a little bit more incentive by making a little post on Twitter just for funsies. We'll follow the rules. Don't worry. Whatever the rules are of NIL these days, but that's fine. Mark will follow the rules. Don't worry. But it was pretty funny. So, and Galvan.
Competition on who could hit the first home run.
Yes, there you go. Good competition. Nothing like some healthy competition, okay, to motivate folks.
That's right.
So, but Galvan and then Jalen, so that was super fun. And yeah, man, we're hopeful that it was just some flu and that our boys are going to get healthy and kind of get back to it for this weekend against OU. I think Mark and a whole crew of folks are going. I know the Blues were thinking about not going because Max is still not playing, but then we were trying. Diane was ready to come on the podcast, and then she said they went ahead and switched it up and decided to go ahead and go to Oklahoma to still cheer on the boys. So she had to work super late to kind of make up some time. But I have another good Diane Ballou story. Y'all know what's that cheerleading move? I don't know it because I wasn't everyone, but where you hold your foot up, you balance on one foot, and you hold your other foot up like in like a straight line. I don't know what that's called.
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
Good. So, standing on one foot, you pick up your other leg and you hold it up like at a highest diagonal, closest to your head as you can, and you hold your hand on the other side of it. That move. She challenged Hookem to that move and totally dominated it again. Like, did it again, y'all, and kicked Hookem's butt. And I have like this new competition about like what gymnastics move can Diane Ballou do, and can she totally challenge and beat Hookem at?
I love this.
After, I mean, when she goes on, I'm like, were you a gymnast, a cheerleader? Like, where does this come from? Because these are things that like you have to be uber flexible to do at a young age and then continue to do, once you have multiple children and your children are in college. So
do you have I know you have the picture of the splits. Do you have the picture of the cheerleading move?
Yeah, let me look it up.
I was going to say, maybe you could send that. We can post that to our Instagram page so everybody can see.
We're pretty much a Diane Ballou fan.
Yeah, see Diane Ballou's amazing athletic ability, flexibility.
She just cracks me up, though. I was like, girl, you have got to. It's funny though. So
I was going to say, we go in this weekend. We have a series with Oklahoma, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And one, like, it just kind of was dawning on me, is like, oh, this actually won't be like going into new territory. We're familiar with Oklahoma.
It's like the one comfortable week.
Right. It's not going into like a whole new stadium of, oh no, what happens here kind of thing. But if we win one game, we'll have a share of the SEC championship. If we win 2 games, we will be the outright champion. So we're really let's just like focus on one game at a time and just trying to get that championship. But we've seen now that the SEC schedule, it really is a gauntlet. I mean,
It's a gauntlet. It's why
everything that has been said, it is, and for all the teams.
I mean, if you look, A&M lost all 3 games to Missouri, right, y'all?
Right.
Missouri is bad, but the thing is, they're not that bad. I think legit, anytime you go to an away stadium, I mean, really anywhere in that, for that matter, but I mean, everybody has great talent. Everybody has great coaching. So, I mean, if you have, if you're sick, if you have an injury, if you have whatever, you can lose anytime in the SEC. It is so competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So it takes all your cylinders to be on point and be going for you to continue to win in this conference. So
yeah,
it's real.
For sure. I love it. They're mediocre in the SEC and probably would beat most other conference teams. So
absolutely
right.
I am proud of Texas too. I know at the beginning of the season we all said, right before SEC play, I don't know. I can't remember. Katie, I know Casey thought we were going to be good. I said middle of the pack. Katie, I don't remember. What did you say?
Yeah, I don't remember either. I think I might have said, I don't remember.
Well, I'm happy to eat crow on that.
That's fine. Yeah, for sure.
So totally okay with that. Kudos to Texas for just showing up.
Yeah. I also, another really quick, so Diane Blue and I were texting yesterday when we were talking about her coming on the podcast. And she also shared, Kasey, I thought you would get a kick out of this, that I guess 2 games in a row, she sat next to Augie's wife, to Jeannie.
Oh yeah, Jeannie. She was here. Yes.
Yeah. So, and she she said they super connected, and she said the first day she was like, oh man, she's not gonna come back and sit by me because I talked her ear off, and she was just digging into all of it, baseball and Augie and current baseball and all the things. And then she's like, and sure enough, she was like, shockingly, she came back and sat by me the next game.
Oh,
I was so happy. So she must have come Saturday and then come back on Sunday.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So she said I was like, no, I'm sure she loved to connect and loved to hear about baseball again. Such a huge part of her life that I'm sure that she kind of misses that without Augie. So but she said she was super nice. Of course, super classy and lovely. And they had a great time together. So
good. That's great to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. Another fun fact on Saturday, I forgot one more thing that we did is I will also say the UT had the mariachis out on Saturday to play, and then of course we see them coming in and out, and we love a mariachi in left field. We've been known to get a mariachi to sing to us at Chili's, and so of course we couldn't not stop them and ask and give them tons of money, ridiculous amounts of money after you're playing a dice game, to also stop and sing one song in left field, which they graciously did. And with X standing between them both with his arms around them like he's their proud papa. And and they sang El Rey, which was lovely and great.
I love that.
I've got a video of that, Jordan. I'll send that to you.
You need to send that to me.
I don't know if it will be good enough, but I'll send
sure it will. Man, my ring.
Also, Kasey, do you have the video or just Kelly? Because also Kyle was the leader of the dice game.
I have that.
We were, we took charge of the phone. So we were playing things like the Dixie Chicks and Shania Twain and all the good stuff. And next thing, Shania Twain's song we play, what does it feels like a woman?
Yes.
Feel like a woman. Well, Kyle lit up like a Christmas tree. He was so happy that song was being played. And he just looked at us, he goes, let's go girls. And is just jamming. I've never seen.
I love Kyle so much.
Oh, it was the best.
Serious. He was literally in his element with that Shania Twain song, y'all. It was amazing. Hilarious.
It was the best.
Yeah.
I love so this started an LSU weekend for some reason. There's a group chat called the Left Field Menace Squad that is me, Becca, Amy, Logan, and Kyle. Yeah. And my favorite thing is waking up on a Saturday morning after a Friday night baseball series and just the barrage of text in that group chat. Usually it started from Kyle doing something so random.
Yeah.
He is hilarious.
He's hilarious. We agree. Correct.
No, this one is. I missed this one last week when I think this might be what is this? Oh,
Mission in the Dark. It sounds like.
We also played that, which was a huge hit. And if you don't know, we have a strong recommendation to UT football that we think before the third quarter, they should turn the lights off, and this should be the hype song, Fishing in the Dark. And then, like, you play, and then the whole crowd sways, and then we all throw our phones up, like showing like little fireflies. It'd be so hype. CDC,
that would be awesome. Yeah.
You're listening. This is the recommendation. I know Jordan loves that day.
Because Mark hates Thunderstruck.
Yeah. We're out for Thunderstruck. Jordan's not, but the rest of us are. And this will be dope if we play this song. So it'd be so fun. And you could make it amazing. Yeah. That was fun. Sunday was not so fun, but we did go to Matt's before the game, which was lovely, and sat on the patio, and it was wonderful.
Oh, yeah. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
So good stuff. But it's like, it's the last SEC series. It's our last series of the regular season. So it's like, okay, let's get going. Let's try to
turn the page.
Try to finish strong and get ready for postseason play. That's what it's all about. So,
just we mentioned tournament starts Tuesday.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. SEC tournament starts Tuesday. Texas is holding on to the number 1 seed now. Texas 20-7, Arkansas 18-9, LSU 17-10. Arkansas's playing Tennessee, so I feel like Tennessee should be able to handle this. We're all Gamecock fans this week,
right?
Make sure LSU beat them.
Yeah, and like we've mentioned before, the SEC baseball tournament is a single elimination tournament, and it's set up like the basketball tournament with every school making it. So the top 4 to maybe even 6 seeds have double buys that we won't even play till Thursday,
right?
So we kind of a little more rest, but I'm sure they'll head over there. And I've also, not that I know this just from the years past, just kind of always just seeing times that you have to prepare for weather delays because it's played in an outdoor stadium and it's springtime in the deep South.
Everyone's going to be missing Globe Life.
Yeah.
When you're sitting through a 14-hour day waiting for Texas to play.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't like Globe Life either. But
so that's something that, for some of us will be ready to kind of reconfigure in our heads. Like if there's weather delays and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I got.
I hope we get it back together, get some vibes back, get some mojo back. I don't know what they got to do, but I hope and get healthy, and I hope we come get all our bats right, find some pitching. Yeah, so here we go. We're
on the pitching thing too, just trying to keep a positive outlook, which I know is not normally my thing, but Texas has had 2 bad pitching weekends. It still leads the conference in ERA and kind of all. They're right up there, most of the pitching categories. Right. So for as not great as it looked the last 2 weeks, they're still holding strong, and they've obviously shown that they can do it. So,
and one thing that just popped into my mind too is that this weekend there will be more options because we did not play last night.
Oh yeah.
So you've got. I mean, granted, they're not necessarily people that Schloss and Max Wiener want to. That they're maybe their first choices, but it is, more arms that won't have Bing may have a chance, for relief work.
Yeah. Well, Bangs looked really good.
Yeah.
There was a couple of guys that did look really good.
Hudson Hamilton and Cody Howard, I feel like have both looked good on Tuesday. So you've got that just kind of came to me. It was like, oh, they might actually be people that, if needed,
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good point for sure.
So. All right, y'all. So I
was about to say I can take it's Longhorn adjacent.
Yes.
Other things going on in the Golf World PGA Championship will start up Thursday at the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina. So once I get back from Boston, I will be going with my dad on Saturday. I am so excited. It'll be my first major. Weather was terrible on Tuesday, like like the thunderstorms were shaking our office building, so it was not looking great. But I looked at WeatherBug, and it looks like Thursday, Friday are going to be totally fine. Small chance of rain Saturday and Sunday, but hopefully they'll get through it without too many issues. And expert picks, Scotty's up there. I'm obviously rooting for Scotty. I'm also super excited to hopefully get to see Jordan Spieth play. So hopefully he'll make the cut. But it seems like most people think Rory's going to pull it off, which I'm not bummed about.
Right. I also saw some Bryson stuff. Yeah. Everything I
saw one Bryson, yeah.
Seeing stuff like, and hearing them talk last night on the Golf Channel, and then reading a little bit today, they're just, all their main thing is talking about that it's a driver, it's a, long
bomber's course,
bomber course. And if you can't drive the ball, far, and then the tree lines and all that stuff. But yesterday when I saw like one thing, I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like a lake that runs through the freaking course. I was like, oh no, that's a lot of water. I'm touching a lot of holes, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So
there were like small ponds in my backyard when I left. So
yeah,
hopefully it dries out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know though if that's like a water feature kind of in the course or not. That's what I was.
It's probably flooded.
Oh, maybe so. Dang.
Well, I don't know.
And then I saw where it was like Jordan's paired with Patrick Reed, and Bear. And so I was like, oh no, like, because I don't think that Jordan and Patrick Reed have played together since all that Ryder Cup hullabaloo years ago.
No one likes Patrick Reed anyway.
No,
I'm sorry.
Patrick Reed anymore.
Ugh.
I have a funny story about the because my last name is Reed, and Kelly gave me a few years ago a golf caddy type outfit, like the Dickies white bib type thing, and then she ordered like a Reed name type thing for the back, and so I had it. So we were at Easter a few years ago, and is when the Masters was going on. So I like ran in and changed and ran out with our family, like the lake house, all dressed up like this. And then my mom goes, Reed, we don't like that person. And then I was like, well, that is my last name. And then she goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Still don't like Patrick Reed.
No, I don't like Patrick Reed. She was like so embarrassed. She was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
I didn't even think about that. Oh,
so she hasn't been able to live that one down. That'll last forever for her. Like, like, why would you put that name on there?
Ew. That will be interesting though. I am curious because I have no idea. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I saw an interview where Jordan said, we don't have any issues, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, but I'm like you. Patrick Reed just rubs people the wrong way. Well, he also, and my memory is a little cloudy now on it, but like, I'm pretty sure that he had to move colleges.
Yes, he did.
This for cheating. Cheating in a qualifier on his original team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. You already come in.
He's not a favorite.
So it's funny though. There are some people that love Patrick Reed for that exact reason. They're like, oh, he's a renegade. Like he doesn't care what people think. And I'm like, well, that's good because there's a vast majority of us who like it.
Exactly.
But anyway,
looking forward to always love a major. So
go Scotty, go Jordan.
Yeah.
If it's neither of them, I'm fine. I'd really be fine with anybody. I did see a pretty funny Bryson video on Instagram the other day where it was like you spun the water bottle and then whoever it landed on had to tee off with like large items and like hit the rest of the group running away. And I think one of Bryson's friends hit him square in the back with an egg, like a raw egg.
Man.
So I was like, all right, like I'll allow it. So I'm fine with Bryson. It'll be fun.
Yeah. It'll be fun to watch.
Anything else going on this week? I think we hit all the big stuff.
I think we hit everything. I think we're
awesome.
We do want to thank our sponsor, the monthly sponsor that we have here for ShodyMedia. It is Attract Aesthetics owner Andrea Petition. She's a big supporter of ShodyMedia, so get out there and
Get a facial, chemical peel, Botox, whatever you're into.
and you can use promo code LadiesofLeftField on her website or her Instagram. Follow her on Instagram, any of your socials. She's out there, so give her a try. So
As soon as I'm back in Austin, I'm going. That's why I feel like that Squidward meme, like everybody's getting to go get their facial and all that stuff, and I'm here. I'll use it when I get back to Austin, though.
I need to schedule one.
I know, me too. I love a good facial, and I could use some other stuff, so I need to go. Ask her what that's all about.
I'll get signed up. And if you have any hot girl headlines, if you want to come on the podcast, if you have a topic you want to talk about, remember to email us at ladiesofleftfield@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram to see all of our shenanigans. I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully there'll be another fun stars video, maybe some more Diane Ballou videos. Definitely the Yachi video.
We got good stuff.
Lots of good stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we're setting up people to join us, fun folks, maybe some baseball moms, maybe some cat Osterman. You never know. So yeah, we're all in. Be fun. Okay, thanks y'all. See you in left field.
See you in left field.
See you in that field.